Hi there. You're watching Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media on all of our platforms. I am Mike Morales back in San Antonio. Thank goodness I am out of Florida. That young man over there is
Rick Levy in San Diego. It looks
uh
like you have both your eyes back, Mike.
yeah, thank goodness. My allergies, it's funny. I haven't had a chance to unload the RV of all the tequila that we took to Florida for the Brands of Promise, and we've been home for like a week and a half. I finally did that the other day, and whatever pollen was in on those boxes has probably settled. And honestly, yesterday my eyes were better. They weren't as inflamed like they are now, and I really think that there must have been some residual Florida pollen from whatever it was. It kind of reactivated it a little bit, so hopefully that'll clear away. But it was you saw how bad it was before.
Yeah.
Uh, but anyway, it looked like I went a few rounds of Muhammad Ali or something. I don't know. Tonight, Rick, we have some stuff
Tonight.
that was sent to you and was we held on to it and held on to it because they only sent one set of samples. So, or both sets of samples to you is what they
That's
did.
right. They sent both samples. Both sets of samples showed up on my doorstep. So while you guys were on your Wild West tour, we were able to connect up, and I was able to drop a set off with you. And
Yes.
now we're
And now,
able to go through it.
yeah, this is Cava de Oro, which
Cava
which
de
has been
Oro.
around for a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever told you this, Rick, but when we were taping our TV show, Last Tequila Standing, we were doing the pilots. We were filming in San Bernardino, California, believe it or not, and they happened to have heard that somebody was taping there, and they showed up at the studio with bottles of the tequila. They wanted to be on the show, but of course that was, everybody who was on that show paid to get on. So we said, well, certainly, it was early enough in the production, but we never saw them again. So, needless to say, they're not on any of those shows. And if you want to see Last Tequila Standing, you can see that on Tequila Aficionado, on TA and the website, and also on our YouTube channel. There's a whole playlist of the tequilas that came to do our show, which never really aired, but we have the raw footage. And this could have been on the show, but did not happen. So, what do we know about these guys? We taste a tequila of theirs from the same distillery last year.
So this is from Tequilera Puerto de Hierro, and we've had a couple of their tequilas. There was Mandala that we had last year.
Right.
And then the year before, we had Cosa Salvaje.
Well, no, wait a second. The other one that we had, from what I'm looking at here is, let's see, Mandala.
Yeah. Gran Reserva de Don Alberto.
Yeah, Reserva de Don Alberto. And we loved it. You and I really enjoyed that. The Joven, the Joven category, which is a real category, has been like kind of pushed to the curb or abused. It's either been forgotten or it's been really just badly represented. Okay, but Alberto, right.
Yeah, and that was a really wonderful highlight, having Don Alberto as well. What we found is that when we've had tequilas from this distillery is we kind of expect them to be on the sweeter side.
Right.
They have a sweet tooth down there. It is so the owners are Hildardo Pardita Melendres. He's the CEO of the distillery. He's a third generation Agavero, and Leticia Hermosillo Revelero. I believe she manages the brands. Her name's on all of the bottles that come out of there, and they're in El Arenal, in Jalisco. It's NOM 1477. They founded it in 2000, I believe, and Cava de Oro is their flagship brand for that distillery. Also started in 2000.
So it's been around for 18 years.
Yeah,
Give or
and so Alberto Partida Hermosillo is their son, and he's the master distiller at Puerto de Hierro. And so he created his own brand, Gran Reserva de Don Alberto, which was very different from the other brands we've tasted from there.
yes.
They're very much into French oak, and that was used for red wine, for barreling their tequilas, and I think they really like. My guess is they do a heavier char on the barrels. But with Don Alberto, what he did with his tequila is he used American oak whiskey barrels for his.
Okay. Oh, so that cut down a little bit on the over sweetness because wasn't now the Joven is a blend anyway. The
Mm-hmm.
Joven Don Alberto. So they're playing around with the barrel management. They're experimenting with it. Some would say they're experimenting with the additives as well. You know, but there is obviously a market for it. You
Yeah,
know, Cava de Oro has been around for 18 years.
and there are a
The
lot of people. There are a lot of people that love this brand.
Yeah, so we're gonna try the Plata, the Cava de Oro Plata, which is the Blanco. This is the root of this whole menagerie of tequila, this whole line. I'm gonna use my Stossel Jarrito.
I'm going old school here, back to the
Okay,
Glencairn.
cool. All right. Um,
And so supposedly this is direct from the still to the bottle, or the idea is that it's not rested in vats or in barrels or anything. You can what is it, up to 2 months you can rest a blanco in a barrel and it's still
uh,
classified as a blanco.
Yep. A lot of people, Herradura used to do it and called it a Blanco Suave. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I think that nomenclature, because it's not an official category, has kind of disappeared. But and marketing people have kind of said, well, they rest it in stainless steel. They don't rest anything in stainless steel. It just sits there. It's stored, not rested. But
Yeah.
resting requires wood of some sort. And
So it's
but
very shiny.
yes,
It's thick.
it's almost reflective shiny, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like now the bottle. I'm not sure. It's not the bottle is a little bit murky. It's not as it doesn't show up as clearly as it does in your glass. My lighting here is not the greatest, but
Yeah, it almost seems like there just might be the slightest tinge of straw color when looking through the bottle.
yeah. But I think that's the glass because, as you said, the juice looks like it's reflective.
Yeah. Almost like mercury or something.
Yeah.
Very shiny.
Let's hope that the flavor is not mercury. It's like mercury. Oh, God, I hope there's not no water. Now, I like the nose. This is a decent nose.
Yeah. Some nice pepper, minerality, the
Yeah.
agave.
There's all kinds of. It's herbal and it's minerals and
Yeah.
it's plant.
Yeah,
Wow.
and the green notes I would say probably are more herbal than than uncooked agave or
Yeah. I
so
wasn't
that's
expecting
nice.
this kind of nose. I was expecting more sweeter on the nose because, Cava de Oro has been around for a while, so we some people like it and some people avoid
It
it.
it has a
And
reputation.
yes, it does. And but I like it's got a little bit of citrus in it too,
Hmm.
like a grapefruit or something on the nose.
It's quite an inviting nose.
Yeah, it's not bad. That's surprising to me right away. So I'm digging the nose on this. All right, but what's it taste like? Let's.
All right. Here we
All
go.
right, you ready? Hey, explosion in the palate.
Nice
I,
pepper explosion.
nice pepper explosion on the sides of your tongue and the. Wow, it was not what I expected.
I'm getting a slight bit of heat on the back end.
Yeah, yeah. It's really it's peppery. Um, it's the explosion of pepper is not as aggressive as maybe some other tequilas that we've had. Just the other day, I had one that was an organic blanco, and it just exploded with pepper, which I enjoy. I like that. This
Yeah.
one is it's nice, balanced. It's a nice balanced explosion on your palate.
I'm feeling some coating on the back half of my palate.
Okay.
And, there's like lingering sweetness there with that coating.
Mm. Um, do you suspect now? There's no sweetness on the intake. All right. It really there's sometimes the nose belies the flavor, but I think the nose and the flavor are balanced. But you say you get some residual sweetness in the back of your palate. I don't get. There's not the super warm fuzzy. It's almost it's a medium to short finish. I'm not getting the warm fuzzy or anything like that. So, do you suspect that they may or may not be using something that would make it linger, or is this just natural to you? Does
Like
this
maybe
taste?
some glycerin to thicken it, or
Yeah, because we did say that the liquid was a bit reflective, and I don't want to say oily, because you know how you've seen like oil slicks where it looks like a rainbow on top of water. And that's of course I'm embellishing here, but it was sometimes there are certain tequilas blancos that catch the light and look like a rainbow, or look reflective, or like a prism would,
Mhm.
uh, or a rainbow. This one doesn't have that rainbow effect, but it does have that reflective effect on the eye. But what do you think? I mean, honestly, it's not offensive. I was not expecting this.
Yeah. I don't. If they are adding something, I don't know that it's necessary because I'm not finding any defects in the profile. There's that little bit of heat on the back end, but there's nothing wrong with that. It's
No,
not it's not distracting or uncomfortable or offensive.
yeah,
It's so yeah. I'm just feeling like some lingering coating on the back half of my palate.
okay. And maybe now that I've had like two or three sips, it's like a progressive coating, isn't it? It's not. I mean, you got it on the first sip, and I've taken three small ones since, and now I know what you're talking about. But for me, it's a progressive coating. In other words, it builds on itself. So, uh, could it be glycerin? I'm not sure. But like you said, I don't know. I think it's unnecessary because it's really good on the intake.
Yeah.
Wow, I was not expecting this. I'm surprised. Huh.
It is a pleasant surprise.
Yes, it is. So
Mm.
okay,
So
64.
I have some pricing here. Is that what
Okay.
you were about to ask?
Yeah, I was going to ask you the $64,000 question. What's something like this going to set me back?
So the average regular price I'm getting is around $43, $44. I've seen it on sale for around 36 on average. The cheapest I found it was at High Time for $36. Generally, if you can get it for about $41 or less, then you're probably getting a deal
Now,
in terms
the
of the
bottle
pricing
the
that's out
bottle
there.
that they sent me is a 375.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right. They gave us the Mexican edition.
Yeah, that's the other I was gonna tell you.
It's
This is a
38%.
38%. Now, is that what's available in the U.S.? It can't be, right? It's got to be 80 proof.
Yeah, because you don't find these stickers on U.S. retail.
Yeah, no.
That's Mexican domestic labeling.
So the general rule of thumb is that if it's below 80 proof, the tequila is not as aggressive as it is at 80 proof. I've always said, you and I've discussed it, that I think tequilas at below 80 proof or above 80 taste better than the 80 proof. Yeah. So, is it fair to say that this tastes better at 38 than it would at 80 proof at 40 ABV? Because this is going to be a bit softer on the palate. It's going to be gentler.
Yeah. I don't know that I'd make that claim. Because we don't know if they are, doing some stuff before the bottling, and if there's a higher alcohol content, would that cause it to be a bit thinner than maybe the texture or consistency that we're getting? So I don't know. I wouldn't make that claim. I think all I can really say is that they provided us with the Mexican edition at 38.
Okay. Are we impressed enough to nominate this as a brand of promise in the Blanco category at 38 ABV? We'd have to set it apart. It really wouldn't be fair to put it in there with the 80 proofs or the high proofs, because we've always done that with the high proofs.
Yeah.
We've stated high proof. What do you think? Is it worthy, or do you want to continue with the rest of the line and see which direction they're going to lean toward?
Well, the way I think of it is that how many other Blancos at 38 are we going to get this year?
Probably.
And now, so is it setting up a category of one?
Okay. Well, in that case, why don't we hold off our judgment and see where the rest of the line takes us? How's that? Is that fair?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. That's our take on Cava de Oro Blanco. Rather not so sweet on the palate. I was very impressed with the aroma. Of course, it is at 38 ABV. We're not too sure about it, but we're going to investigate the rest of the line.
Hey, what can you tell me about this lid? This stopper.
It's very similar to the one that 1800 does.
1800.
Yeah, 1800 supposedly get. I think they had a tagline once that said, "Which tequila out there will serve you a shot." And honestly, I've tried that with the 1800 bottle, and all I do is spill it all over myself.
Yeah, I haven't been able to get the stuff out.
Yeah, me neither. And if you try with 1800, you're just gonna spill it all over yourself. It's really sloppy.
Is there like an inner plug here that we're supposed to try to pull out?
I'm afraid. I don't know, man. I'm afraid to even screw with this. I have no idea.
I was wondering if maybe this thing was designed for regulating pressure or something. Oh, yeah, I got a plug out.
Oh.
But yeah, I don't know how you're supposed to do a shot through that little hole, though. It would just be like a small sipper.
Yeah, there you go. You got it on your keyboard.
Poured it on my keyboard.
See what I mean? 1800. If you can't do it with 1800, you can't do it with anybody else either. So I'm actually kind of surprised that 1800 hasn't gone after these guys for doing this. But I don't know. Anyway, like I said, that's our take on Cava de Oro Blanco. But stick with us because we've got a whole line. We've even have
a line.
More exciting. We're gonna count them all because the reason I'm excited is because we have our very first Cristalino Extra Añejo. You gotta come back and watch this. I'm Mike Morales here in San Antonio. That young man is
Rick Levy in San Diego.
You have been watching Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media on all of our platforms. Follow us everywhere, and don't forget, if you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe. Press that red button, and Rick will come to your house and serve you a shot of tequila. Whatever you do, tomar sabiamente.
Sip wisely.
I'm Mike Morales. I'm CEO of Tequila Aficionado Media, and I just wanted to thank you for watching Sipping Off the Cuff. We love doing these reviews for you. Now, if you're an Agave Spirits brand owner and you're watching this, there are 3 things that I'd like to talk to you about. Number 1, if you'd like us to review your Agave Spirit on Sipping Off the Cuff, just send me an email, mike@tequilaaficionado.com. It won't cost you a dime, and I promise you'll get an honest review. Number 2, if your brand has been nominated, past or present, as a brand of promise, we can help you promote your brand effectively and affordably over on the tequila PR side of things. Just email me, mike@tequilapr.com. And number 3, if your brand has ever been a Brand of Promise nominee or a winner, you automatically qualify with us, or to go with us, on our next promotional tequila tour. So shoot me an email, tours@tequilaaficionado.com, and I'll send you all the details on our upcoming tequila tour. That's it. Thanks again for watching. Sip wisely.